Hello students, welcome to Marine Engineering Tutorials. I am Atul Kumar Gupta and I am back with a new tutorial. Currently we are studying marine boilers. In this lecture we will first see the location of boiler mountings and make their list. Next we will learn the purpose of these boiler mountings. Then we will compare the difference between manhole and handhole and learn their specific features. Next we will study why the manhole should have the specific orientation when it is mounted on the drum's cylindrical surface. Finally, we will study the construction of manhole and its ideal location on the boiler drum. Let us now go through each of these topics one by one in the following slides. Location of various mountings on boilers. Various valves and fittings are essential for the safe and efficient operation of a boiler. Components attached directly to the pressure parts of the boiler are referred to as boiler mountings. During the boiler survey, all the mountings are dismantled and internally inspected by the surveyor along with other pressure parts which include drums, headers and tubes. This sketch shows a composite smoke tube boiler and various mountings equipped on it are listed here. V1 safety valves. V2 main steam stop valve. V3 air vent. V4 pressure gauge root valve. V5 pressure switch root valve. V6 main feed and check valve. V7 auxiliary feed and check valve. V8 scum valve. V9 blowdown valve. V10 water sampling valve. V11 gauge glass. V12 low water level trip. V13 remote water level indicator. And M or H manhole or handhole. Location of mountings on steam drum of a large water tube boiler. This sketch shows steam drum of a large water tube boiler equipped on a motor tanker. Purpose of different mountings seen above are briefly described here. Safety valves. Safety valves protect the boiler shell from pressure exceeding their design value. Safety valve lifts when the pressure in the boiler is in excess of normal working pressure. Various types of safety valves used on boilers will be discussed later. Steam stop valve. Steam stop valve is used to isolate boiler from steam pipes or another boiler. Steam stop valve is mounted on the steam drum in auxiliary boiler or motor ships, where saturated steam is required. Main boilers on steam ships are equipped with steam stop valve on superheater outlet header to provide superheated steam. Steam stop valve is often equipped with a small bypass valve for warming up of the steam line before opening the steam. This arrangement prevents damage to steam stop valve from wire drawing effect of the steam. The steam stop valve is usually a screw-down monotone valve with a rising spindle, which indicates whether the valve is open or closed. Air vent. Air vent is mounted at the highest point on the steam and water drum. Its purpose is to remove air from the boiler when filling the water and raising steam. Air vent is opened while cooling down the boiler to prevent formation of vacuum inside the drum. Superheater is also equipped with an air vent whose purpose is to ensure a flow of steam through the superheater while raising steam after the shutdown. Root valves for pressure gauge and pressure switch. Purpose of these valves is for connecting the pressure gauge at a convenient place and pressure switch for automatic start stop of the boiler, combustion control, raising low pressure alarm and to trip the boiler at highest pressure below safety valve opening pressure. Feed and check valve. Feed and check valves are used to supply feed water in boiler drum or steam space. Each boiler is equipped with two sets of feed and check valves called main line with control valve and auxiliary line for use in emergency. Purpose of check valve is to prevent backflow of water if line ruptures. Feed water is uniformly distributed in the drum through a perforated internal feed pipe as shown here to prevent thermal distortion. Gauge glass. Purpose of gauge glass is to indicate the water level inside the steam and water drum. Each boiler is equipped with two sets of gauge glasses for reliable operation of boiler. Additionally, a remote level indicator is usually installed in the engine control room. Different types of gauge glasses equipped on the boilers will be discussed later. Low water level trip device. Purpose of low water level trip device is to stop the boiler when water level is dangerously low or very high, which is achieved by cutting off the fuel supply to the burner. Operation of low water level trip will be discussed in details later. Scum valve. Purpose of this scum valve is to remove any oil or floating scum on the water surface. It is installed on steam drum at normal water level and is connected with a pan. Blowdown valve is installed at the bottom of the boiler shell or in water drum to remove precipitated sludge or for lowering the concentration of dissolved salts. It is also used to empty the boiler for carrying out inspection and repair. Water sampling valve. The water sampling valve is used to draw boiler water for testing purposes. Since the boiler water temperature is high, the sampling line is connected to a cooler to obtain the sample in a cool state at atmospheric temperature. The sample water is cooled using domestic fresh water. Exhaust gas boiler supply and return valves. These valves are equipped on oil-fired boiler on motor ships where exhaust gas boiler is of the four circulation type. Circulating pump draws water from water drum or header and supplies to the exhaust gas boiler which is returned back to the steam space. Manhole. The manhole is used for internal inspection and repair inside the boiler drum. An auxiliary boiler drum may be equipped with two manholes to provide adequate access. Handholds are equipped in areas where there is insufficient space for a person to enter. To facilitate cleaning in a tank type boiler, multiple handholds are placed around the periphery of the drum. In large boilers, several handholds may be installed on the headers to allow access to the tubes for attachment, inspection, and isolation. Further details of manhole and handhole are described in the following slides. Manhole and handhole. Difference. Handhole differs from manhole only in the size and are much smaller than manholes. Manholes are provided where there is space for a person to enter in the boiler drum, whereas handholds allow a person to access a narrow space from outside. Purpose. Manhole is used for carrying out internal inspection or repair in the boiler drum, where handholds are used for cleaning a narrow space or for getting access to tube internal in case of headers. Location. Manholes are provided in boiler drum, whereas handholds are provided in smoke tube boilers around the furnace and on headers in the water tube boilers. Shape. Elliptical shape is preferred for manholes and handholds over other circular shapes. Advantages of elliptical shape. Elliptical shape results in lesser loss of strength due to cutting of hole in boiler drum due to its lesser area than circular one. Elliptical cover is fitted in the boiler from inside where steam assists to close it. Studs are not subjected to steam pressure, thus they can be made lighter. For the same reason, dogs need not be highly stressed and nut can be tightened just to prevent steam leakage. Location of manhole on the tank type boilers. This sketch shows the ideal position of manhole in a tank type boiler. We have studied that circumferential stresses acting in the boiler drum are double than the longitudinal stresses which rupture the drum in longitudinal direction. Thus, if the manhole is required to be placed on the cylindrical drum, it should be placed with its minor axis in the longitudinal direction as shown in the sketch, which will result in lesser loss of strength. Contrary to this, if manhole can be located on the disc end, it can take any position as longitudinal stress is applicable on the disc end, which is just half of the circumferential stress. Construction and fitting of manhole. This sketch shows a manhole cover fitted on the disc end cover of drum on a water tube boiler, which is its usual location. Section through the manhole is shown in the side view. Let us now see the construction and fitting of the manhole cover. An elliptical hole is cut in the shell plating to provide the manhole. Cutting of the manhole results in loss of strength of the shell plating, which is compensated by attaching a compensating ring by welding, which provides the seating face for the door. A gasket is provided between the landing face and door to prevent steam leakage. The door is attached with two studs to secure it with the help of dogs tightened by the nuts. A uniform gap should be provided on all sides to provide expansion and contraction allowance between the manhole cover and compensating ring. This completes the study of list of boiler mountings, their purpose and location on boilers, difference between manhole and handhole, and their construction and positioning on boiler drums. This book has been written by me and covers all the topics as per Indian Maritime University syllabus. It explains key concepts using simple illustrations. The book also includes answers to all questions that have appeared in examinations conducted by Indian Maritime University. It will help students prepare effectively for exams and also support them in working safely with ships' boilers. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. Feel free to share your feedback in the comment section. If you found the tutorial helpful, consider sharing it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the upcoming tutorials. I will be back soon with a new lecture shortly. Thank you for watching till the end.